I just don't understand what the hell is Ralph doing. Like, is Ralph, how is he paying his fucking bills? Let me rewind a bit when it comes down to Rickey Bell and his wife. Now, you know I don't like the husband. You know, a matter of fact, I don't like none of the New Edition wives. I don't like them simply because it's them and not me. So if I don't like you husbands, it's because you is married to him and I'm not married to him. That would make me a hater, but hey, Shasta La Vista, it is what it is. So let me say this, you know, to kind of backtrack when it comes down to my opinion of the young lady. Yes, I believe that husband introduced him to that lifestyle of drugs. But the fact that she stayed with him, which she should have. You introduced my Rickey Bell to the drug world with them e-pills, okay? But you stayed by him when the e-pills grew to an addiction to booger sugar. The movie, right? So I haven't seen New Edition live in, I want to say, in about 5 years, right? And the last time I seen them together, they was with Bobby Brown. But I remember seeing them one time at Constitution Hall back when I was home and Johnny Gill was just showing off so bad. And they had introduced the concept of the movie, right? And Rickey Bell had explained that they had a deal with Fox, but Bobby Brown was like, nah, I'm not with it. I don't want to do it, right? So that was the big delay, because that definitely was about 8, 10 years ago when they had introduced the notion of starting a movie. But everybody was like, where the hell is the movie? Now, when it got to BET, we was like, why is it on BET? Like, what the hell is going on here now? But we really didn't give two shits. All we know is that it was 3 days worth of New Edition that we needed to see. So now let me tell you something else, you know, because Bobby Brown has always gone against the grain. But I'm not going to knock that Aquarius because of the fact the Aquarius is a boss. They are a boss. So if they don't feel that it's going to be monetarily or somehow, you know, a big gain for them, they don't want to be bothered with it. So no, I don't want to be bothered. So if you all remember, I'm sure these are only real true New Edition fans, but New Edition was signed to Bad Boy for a second. Child bang. Child bang. But if you all remember, when that Hit Me Off album came off, Hit Me Off, ah, baby, baby, hit me off. If you remember that album, right, it did not have Bobby on it. And I was like, well, why the hell they ain't fucking with Bobby? Because, you know, when all of them together, that's when they make their most money, right? Well, together as New Edition when they go on tour. But the reason why they did not get Bobby was because P. Diddy was like, that's not what you're going to do. We not going to have them type of problems when I'm producing your album or when I'm financially backing your album. We don't want those Bobby Brown problems. So it was P. Diddy's decision, and Rickey Bell kind of said that they concurred with it, but I'm sure it pretty much was like, fuck it, let's go. But at the time that they was working with Puff Daddy, they weren't really clicking together anyway. Rickey Bell was like, it wasn't like we was kissing each other in the mouth, having best friend, you know, going out for drinks and stuff as a whole anyway. So they felt like it was probably a good decision not to bring Bobby in on this endeavor. The story goes this, you know, they were having these shows. P. Diddy was around during the shows when they was on tour as New Edition, and P. Diddy stepped to them and said, hey, I want to sign y'all. Now, they didn't probably know that they were signing their life away to the devil, you know, because I'm sure back in the day I've heard a conversation from one of them, I want to say Johnny Gill, where that deal was no better than any other deal. I said, ooh, shit. Ooh, shit, but they was happy to get away from that motherfucker. Let's do this. Let's talk about RBRM. That's Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. New Edition biopic. What happened was members of New Edition had said, let's do this big. Let's do a big show with the old New Edition, you know, all 6 of the New Edition, along with the ones who portrayed them in the New Edition biopic, meaning the young New Edition, the medium, the teenage New Editions, you know, the ones with, what album was that? I should be ashamed of myself, you know. Growing up can be a pain. You're not a man until you come of age. Was that Boys to Men? What was that? I ought to be ashamed of myself. But anyway, they was going to do the young New Edition, the adolescent growing up into their early 20s New Edition, and then they was going to do the original, right? But it didn't come into fruition because Ralph Tresvant and Johnny Gill were not on board. And I'm like, why these motherfuckers got to be so damn difficult? But they have their reasons. Give BBD always recognition for always being those 3 that are always ready to cooperate to get money. I have never, ever seen them not be open to whatever opportunities that New Edition could have down the line. I've never seen that from them. I don't know why, but to me, those 3 have always been the most loyal. And I know you probably like, because they're not really, you know, the forefront of New Edition. That may be true, but that Rickey Bell has a voice. You know, that Ronnie Devo, that ninja got swag through the roof. That's a Scorpio, you know, swag through the roof. And that daggone Mike Bivens, I mean, he done gained a little bit of weight, but that Leo got a lot of friggin' swag that he brought to New Edition. And I believe that was the reason why BBD was successful, right? So when opportunities came up for them to make albums and things like that, Johnny Gill and Ralph were just not on board. Now, I don't know what the hell is going on with Ralph right now, because Ralph is not looking well to me. Like, he's looking like my uncle Clarence, you know, now that I have uncle named Clarence, but he's not looking well to me. And I don't know if it's alcoholism. And I would love for something to come out to show, you know, if any of the other members of New Edition had some things going on, because what we need to see is that our idols were human or are human. Okay. So moving on to the RBRM situation, right? So as you know, RBRM is on tour. Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike, right? And they are on tour as RBRM and not New Edition. And according to Rickey Bell, the reason why they're not on tour as New Edition is because they would never want to do a tour as New Edition or utilize the name New Edition if all 6 of them aren't participating in the tour. And like I said, those 3 are the most cooperative members of the daggone group. And when I think about it, when I think about stellar groups like the Temptations, because believe it or not, guys, the only other group that is as powerful as New Edition is the Temptations, as far in regards to African Americans. And you know what, fuck it, across the board, the only other group that was this powerful is the Temptations. And you know how the Temptations did, they added on and replaced people in their groups. And then actually, if you didn't know this piece of information, it was 2 sets of Temptations that were touring at the same time. And I think that is disservice to the name and the group. So Rickey Bell basically kept the integrity of New Edition and not stepped on the name New Edition. Now, you know, there's rumors that basically it was either Ralph or Johnny Gill brought the name, bought the copyright of the name. I'm not sure. I don't know. Don't get me lying. But I've heard rumblings of that's what happened. But according to Ricky, You know, he's saying now those people may have a different story as to why they not on tour with us, but this is what I'm saying. I said, that damn Rickey Bale, I just love me some him. So just to give you a little bit more information about RBRM, right? BBD is always on tour, which is very true. Very, very, very true. I mean, you can find them at a backyard barbecue somewhere on tour. Not that I'm trying to diminish their success, but I'm saying they grind for their money. They realize that going on tour is what makes them money. I just don't understand what the hell is Ralph doing? Like, is Ralph, how is he paying his fucking bills? So, I digress. I friggin' digress. So, what happened, because BBD is always on tour. Bobby Brown is always on tour. So they came up with the idea, hey, let's do this not Robbie. Who the hell is Robbie? But Rickey, Ronnie, Bobby, Rickey, and Mike thing, and just bring it together and let's make money together. Now, let me tell you something. I don't know what in the world is going on. I don't know if Bobby Brown's wife, Alicia, and I like her. You know, people call her mean, but I don't give a fuck. It takes a very strong woman to keep a ninja like Bobby Brown in place. But I've seen and heard about Bobby Brown being on tour in past years and him sounding like a dead wolf, okay? But the recent videos that I've seen, he sounds really, really good. And I'm proud of him. And I don't know if it was his brothers, Belle Biv DeVoe, that was like, listen, we need to make this a big tour. We need to get into shape. We need to get our vocals together. We need to make this happen for us. So, because this Bobby is a Bobby. Like, I don't even know if he's drinking anymore. I don't even think he's drinking. Bobby is, this Bobby? And, you know, he might be still, I don't even think he eating fried chicken no more, y'all. You know what's crazy? Him, Rickey Bale and his wife, they're doing a music endeavor together. I wish them the best of luck, because I would love to see a new Peaches and Herb. Megan Good, she directed the video that they had. I don't remember the name of the song. I'll probably put the video in the link below. But I think they all should try single or individual endeavors. And I'm glad that Rickey Bale has stepped outside of the box, because he does have a falsetto that was woo. Oh, so I know you see these. Some of them come in sets of 2s like this, sets of 4s like this, 1 like this, so 3, 3, 2, you know, it's whatever. You know, I'm going to start advertising them on my Etsy page, because I felt like I was leaving out my men, okay? So, but I want to show you what my wife made me. I'm in love with it. I'm in love with this. And you can rest assured that no bundle will ever be the same, just like my swan bangles. And remember this, the same people you meet on the way up will always be the same people you meet on the way down. Naysayers, my patron loves. Have a good one. Deuce.